Thank you for staying with us. We still have Ayobami Ladipo and Ambassador Ahmed Bolori with us. But before we continue, let's listen to the comment of a Labour leader, Comrade Issa Aremu, on this matter.
Federal Character Commission must be concerned how we distribute national resources in which the poor will be uplifted out of poverty. And that now raises the debate going on now currently about the Abacha loot. Don't forget that Switzerland has just released $321 million out of about $4 billion that Abacha, reportedly looted throughout the country. Americans are also going to release some. How do we share them? I want to support the position of the federal government that this money should be distributed directly to the poorest Nigerians. It was cash looting. It has to be cash transferred back to the poor people. The money should not go to National Assembly because the budgeting process in this country is bottomless pit in which few legislators with their MD executives share a lot of these resources within themselves. And I think I want to support the social investment program, which is already in place, supported by the World Bank, which is already captured by this budget, that this return looted fund, for it not to be relooted.
Well, you just heard Comrade Issa Aremu in wrapping up.
Okay, you see, I'm just smiling because he said something, for it not to be reluted, this money should not be shared. You see that sharing, that's a major problem that I think we have. If government wants to do something, let them do it right. There's no need for this whatever back and forth. How do you determine poor people? The poorest people that you're talking about, they don't have internet. They don't watch TV. They don't fill forms online. How has the World Bank been able to identify them? The poor people in Bariga, in Agege, in CMS, the poor people in Ibadan, the poor people somewhere in Abeokuta. Has the government been able to identify poor people in Pansheke, in Abeokuta, in Elaro, in Jogarile, in some other places like that? You don't just come here and start telling us that you are sharing. Let them use the money for something that will benefit Nigerians as a whole, as a country.
Thank you very much. Ambassador Bolori, what's your take on that? I mean, you just heard Comrade Issa Aremu.
That is Comrade Issa Adamu, and he is entitled to his opinion. But Comrade Issa Adamu saying this does not make it right.
It's Aremu.
And Aremu, fine. You see, if you want poor people to benefit from this, funding projects like Ajaokuta would create over 500,000 employments. And this money is enough to do a lot in the Ajaokuta project, to do a lot to improve the Ajaokuta project. And through this money, other monies could possibly come if we invest this money in Ajaokuta and we see the impact that projects are going on in Ajaokuta. Yeah. We can get more money. And this money, giving people 5,000 naira, and at the end of the day, they will end up with nothing. And it has no impact. And these people all together, even if, let's say, this money will not be looted or along the line, like the grass cutting money, it will not take another direction. Let's say it will go directly to the masses. Okay, fine. We're talking about 300,000 people. And now Ajaokuta project alone will create over 500,000 job opportunities to people. Just look at it. So please, the issue of Comrade Issa Aremu talking about this, or government trying to create institutions to make this look right, does not arise and does not make anything right. Right now in Maiduguri, international organizations are giving households 10,000 naira monthly, 15,000 naira monthly, and these monies they are giving them, they are spending the entire money in food, because these are families that already one household, under one person, over 10 orphans, plenty of his children, maybe 2 or 3 wives in the case of the North. And this set of people, 5,000 naira is something that may not even buy them food for a week.
All right.
And you see, so it doesn't make sense, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Ambassador Ahmed Bolori, Executive Director, Exit Lanes. Thank you for joining us from Maiduguri, the Borno State capital.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ayobami Ladipo, thank you as well for joining us, CEO Posh Classy Media. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And we'll be back in a moment with the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. Please stay with us.
The solo protest march embarked upon by BBOG co-convener Obieze Kwesili begins this week's most viewed videos. It is followed in fourth place by President Muhammadu Buhari's visit to Jos, the Plateau State capital, to commiserate with victims of an attack by suspected herdsmen.
What happened here is very bad. And the question of leadership from your household to whatever you are is justice. The bottom line is justice. This is why when I go, normally after terrible incidents, I get the leadership of the communities, the law enforcement agents, and tell them to please continue to have control over their constituencies.
Up next in third is another visit to the troubled North Central state, but this time by former President Olusegun Obasanjo, where he urged the government to investigate and bring the perpetrators of the attack to book. Second place is the popular comedian MC Tagwaye, a lookalike of President Buhari, who was watched by the president as he mimicked him.
With the kind of story you hear on media, it will be quite difficult to think that you will have a crowd like this on our convention. So I want to thank you, Nigeria, for coming out to show that you stand with the truth.
While the first part is the fire that killed 9 people and burnt over 50 cars after a petrol tanker lost control, fell over and exploded on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
Yeah, people of they will not see their phone. This is environment. That's the reason why we are working.
Well, there you go. Those were the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. However, the decision by government to share this money to the poor and the vulnerable has its own immediate benefits. But will it in the long run? And what are the beneficiaries going to use such funds for? Like the saying goes, only time will tell. We'll wrap it up with these questions and hope time will reveal answers in due course. But let's keep the conversation going. Tweet your thoughts to us using the hashtag and social media addresses showing on your screen. I'm Victor Matthias. Bye for now.